What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 288, and we're recording on July 1st, 2024. We are officially halfway through the year, guys. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord, and be a part of the nation. In the After Hours State of the Nation this week, we are going to be, I will be doing the Island 2 finale preview. I messed that up. The Island 2 finale preview. Ooh. So basically, this Thursday, July 4th, is the finale. It is happening.
Ooh.
I'm going to go through who's left because we had some other eliminations this week. I'm going to go through who I think is most likely to win based on what I'm seeing. This should be fun. Honestly, it's been a long season. Teddy still hasn't shown his goddamn face for some reason. I don't know what's going on there, but it is what it is.
He was too busy working on the BabyMonster comeback, right?
Yes, and trying to convince Rose to sign with the company. But let's talk about the big new releases. We got 4 of them, you know? We got Lisa with Rockstar, BabyMonster Forever, Kiss of Life, Sticky, and we got STAYC with Cheeky Icy Thang, is apparently how you youngsters say this song. But let's start at the top with Lisa Rockstar. She is now at Loud, her own company. The other solo songs, y'all remember Money, La Lisa. Let's talk about Rockstar. I don't know how I feel about this, guys. I need some convincing this week.
Oh, that's not a good start. Why do you, what do you not know you feel about? What is going on here?
Well, I like the vibes. I like the beat. I like seeing Lisa perform. I like the dancing. The music video is kind of cool. They shut down big roads in Bangkok to make this music video, and I'm pretty sure I visited where some of these scenes were shot, which is kind of interesting. But I guess I'm getting thrown off by a lot of lyrics this week as a whole.
Oh.
I think that's like a consistent trend through most of the songs this week.
Are you not happy with her being a teacher of the Japanese language?
She apparently teaches me Japanese. Hi.
That's her life.
But the vibes are good. The vibes are good, though.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with the beat. I agree with the vibe part. I think this beat is a fantastic beat. I think it's one of the biggest reasons I feel somewhat not terribly negative about the track. It's got this nice funky cowbell synth kind of sounding sample loop, and then you have these drill rhythms, and then you got these double time trap hi-hats, and it's really fun. I think it's very aggressive, major step up from some of the stuff you've been getting from her through her YG outlets. So from a production front, I think it was great. It reminded me a lot of do you guys know the song Angels in Tibet by Amare?
Yes.
Yeah. Similar kind of vibe, kind of edgy, kind of futuristic, but also kind of groovy. A lot of opportunities for her to kind of flex her rhythmatic capabilities. You know what I mean? Like as a rapper or like that kind of thing, or as a choreographer, because I know she's a dancer too. But on the rap front, a little less impressed. I think I've heard better verses from Lisa, regardless of how you feel about her actual voice tone.
I think the lyrics don't help. We got like some real basic ass rhyming, you know?
Such as?
City, pretty, whoa, you know, like.
I mean, to be honest, it's not about like the end rhyme, right? It's just like the content. Like, what are we building up to? But I feel like it's nothing surprising, I would say. It's nothing like eye-grabbing that I would say like, oh dang, this is a bar, this is a verse. Not quite, but I mean, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know if Lisa sees herself as a proper, like, I am a rapper, you know? Because I feel like when I see her more as an all-round performer.
Yeah,
and I feel like maybe that's more the route she wants to go now as a soloist, like not really focus all the energy on rap. That's a choice.
The thing is, every time I hear a comment like that, I will always come back to the argument that you should not release the song then. if it's not complete, if it's not pleasing without the visual component, without the performance aspect, that is not the. Why did you release the song? You know what I mean? To make money, I bet. It's an obvious reason. But I think at the end of the day, like, the song's out there. I can listen to it on Spotify without the video. I'm not going to ignore that as a, consumable medium. You know what I mean? Like, it's there for me to listen to. I will listen to it. I'll give my opinions on it. I mean, I definitely think the visual aspect really bring this up a notch.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, when she has a beat like this and her visuals say something, and then we have a rap focused track, and most of her career was rap focused. I mean, like, I will not ignore whether good or bad she is at rap music. I'm not asking for her to write her own lyrics at the end of the day, because I'm not saying she's a rapper. She's not an MC. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not she doesn't need to be the next Kendrick Lamar, but she could be the next Drake. You know what I mean? Like, do you see what I'm getting at?
Okay.
Do you get what I'm getting at? Like,
Okay.
all I'm saying is, regardless of whether you see her as a pop musician or a hip hop musician, yes, she is a pop musician. Pop music could have good raps in it. It could have good beats. It could have good verses, good flow, good rhymes. And on the other hand, like, to play the devil's advocate, a lot of modern rap doesn't rely on, like, good rhymes or, like, like meaningful lyrics or anything like that. But on the other hand, it's a little bland, and I'm not gonna ignore bland as,
It's really short.
Bland.
It is.
This song too. If you
I
like,
feel short.
I'm not saying how the length of the music video is, but if you like, go to the part where she stops singing words, right, and we just got vibes in the background beat.
Yeah.
It's like 2 minutes 15 seconds.
It was short.
It was short. Yeah.
It's really short.
I mean,
it's like
the
a fun
extended version, I guess, if you want the longer version.
I don't know, but this is clearly for me an improvement from Money and La Lisa. Like, I think this is way better. It's a good vibe. It's just like, for me, I wouldn't even say I want something more. It's just like, I feel like there's very little being said here other than I'm cool. I'm a rock star. You know? Like, there's very little happening outside of that.
I looked up the extended version. The extended version on Spotify is 2 minutes 44 seconds. I don't know what to tell you there.
We're not even in 3.
That's where I'm also like kind of okay. It's probably just me, but like the word Rockstar, it's because I'm like I'm just a weird nerd about music. But like Rockstar is like that means a lot. You know what I mean? Like, that's a heavy fucking word. You know, like, you gotta back that shit up. I don't think it's. She's a big star. She's a huge K-pop star, but like claiming herself as a rock star, that's a power move. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't agree with her releasing her first non-YG debut single as something that says Rockstar on it. But at the same time, I'm like, is it something that I would have done? You know, like with this, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of see what I'm getting at. I'm not wording it properly, but.
I think it would be funny if Lisa kind of went with like I think she should have a concept where she's subtly jabbing at YG as a company just to like prod them, because I think it would be really compelling. Like, I think it would generate so much press. Like, let's say that she starts a music video and she's in chains and she breaks them, and there's like a Y on one side and a G on the other side. Could you imagine?
That's very explicit.
I know
That's
it's
not
explicit,
subtle.
but could you imagine how crazy it would be if they did something like that?
Put it in the lyrics. Be
Something like that, right?
They put me in prison without any reason, you know? Like,
or she starts the music video walking out of a basement or something. Like, could you imagine the scenes? I just wish that, like, I get that this is a great song. Oh, well, not a great song. This for me. This song has a lot of. It's not. I'm gonna be honest. This song has a lot of vibes. It's fun. We get to see Lisa performing, which is great. But like, outside of that, and her just telling me how cool she is, which I already know how cool you are, Lisa. We already understand this. This is not a new concept to us. It's just like not a lot of substance. You know, that's the only like real stopping point for me.
I think that's fine. I will admit, like, I think the beat is really there's just a good vibe.
Oh, it's a great beat. It's just a great beat.
It's a really good fucking beat. And like, at the end of the day, is Lisa doing an active disfavor to the beat? Like, is it unlistenable, or do I think
No.
she's bad?
No.
No.
Is it like something that I'm going to memorize and like sing my heart out to? Maybe the Japanese line, I said hi, that's my life. You know what I mean? Like,
I like that line though. It's kind of good at the end of the day.
it's stupid as shit, but like that's the kind of shit you need in a song like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need stupid shit. Like, and she did stupid shit, so I don't blame her for doing that. I think that was a good move. The other stuff, I don't know. Maybe we could have had more of the lines that remind you of Teach Me Japanese. I said hi.
I love the scene of her with the backup dancers and the white hoodies. I don't know, something about that's kind of awesome.
Choreo was cool. I feel like there was. I also commend this comeback or this new solo release as being also a little bit more, a better showcase of her performance ability, because I think they did a little bit more justice to the dancing, the choreography in the music video, especially when she starts in this set where it's all white, right? And like she has the long hair,
right?
Very like silver styling. That part I thought was very, very cool. I like the sound here too. The beat changes. It gets very, I don't know if it's slowed down, like what we add, like the synths come in and it feels a lot deeper. But the stuff that was happening there with the different camera angles and then the choreography, I wish you would have done more of that. I feel like if we had expanded that a little bit, or make it, what if we changed the whole beat at that point, like a la sicko mode, you know, like change it up, like a new section of the song. I don't know. I thought we might get that, but we didn't, and I feel like that was a missed opportunity.
You got basically the outro after that, right?
Yeah, which is kind of sad because then we go back to the original beat.
Yeah.
It didn't last very long. But
you're talking about the synth organs that are in the background, the ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum,
Yes.
and then the drums are like halftime boom bap drums, like boom, boom, come, you know.
Yes.
I mean, like, that's a motif throughout the entire track. Like, there's call-outs to that after the first chorus, and then you get to that after the second chorus.
I know, but I like that we go back to it at the end, and then it kind of extends a little bit. I thought that was cool. I wish we would have committed to that and maybe run it a little bit longer, like do a whole section, so that it felt like a proper section. But I don't know.
I think
interesting stuff.
I see that more as like as a breather before you go into the next section, like a bit of a break. So I'm okay with that. I didn't see that as a full change up, but I see what you mean. It was a pretty, again, going back to the production, I like that part too, and I like how sparsely it was used to any degree. Like I feel like if you leaned too heavily into it, that would have been a little too much. But I also see your point though.
It was kind of crazy towards the end, like the tail end of the music video. There's one part where there's like backup dancers dancing and their heads are like literally turning.
That was creepy, but cool.
Kind of creepy. Yes. I don't know what was going on there.
That's the vibe. That's the vibe.
It was the vibe. I mean, it was a very industrial type.
It's the industrial, futuristic cult in Thai vibe. You know.
This is a tingly for me.
I say high tingly. I know I don't say high or lows a lot, but this is a high tingly. Yeah.
All right, let's move to the next one. BabyMonster. Forever. They are from YG. They are still there, guys. They are still in the basement. They released Sheesh! Stuck in the Middle. Better Up. Forever.
What is that?
You know? I like this way more than Sheesh. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Okay, my main issue with the song is some of it really feels like they just smashed random parts together at some points. Like we start off with this kind of like these kind of like boom 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 part right in the beginning. We're like rapping, we're having a good time.
There's an Afro house inspired verse beat, and
then we just go into like a pop pre-chorus build all of a sudden out of nowhere, right? It just happens, which is fine.
Pitbull,
and then
Love the Girls.
We get there, and then we get to the chorus, and then it's just randomly uplifting all of a sudden, right? It's like, okay, we're doing this now.
Feel this moment.
And then we finish that. And then the whole second verse is like a whole rap section happens for like 40 seconds, 30 seconds, right?
Yeah, we gotta switch up again.
And we have many mini rap sections within this rap section of we're doing different things. We spell out BabyMonster at one point, right? We go double speed all of a sudden in there, right? And then we all of a sudden go back to the pop build up, right?
Yep.
It's just like a lot of random shit just happens.
Wait, you missed a part, Doug. And then we have a pause. We have a pause, right? And then we have a key change. We go up. Right, and then we clap it out, and then we go a cappella and clap it out.
You are true there. You are true. We have that as well. It was just
that ending was so interesting.
It just feels like, to me, the main problem I have with the song is I wouldn't say all the parts. I like a vast majority of the parts here, but it just feels really weirdly stitched together.
So this is what I'm gonna start referring to as the OO conundrum. As in, like, you have too many ideas. You gotta cut some of it out. You know what I mean? Like, grow a fucking backbone. You know, like, commit to a production, stick to it. Stop adding more crap to it. There are too many chefs in the kitchen here. Like, oh man, I'm terribly with you. And what really does not help. I don't like a lot of the individual parts. If I'm very honest, like for example the whole pop section with the build up and then the chorus that reminds you again a lot of Christina Aguilera, and then you go into the that thing, like that just sounds like a fucking meme.
I liked all this generic pop stuff, dude. I liked it.
It was more sterile than the fucking Pfizer labs over here, like, you know what I mean? Like there's a double time section in the rap verse in the second verse.
Yes.
Bout it 발끝까지 리듬 타지 기분 짜릿. So that's typically what I refer to as lazy songwriting, where you repeat the words over and over and hope it tells itself as a rhyme. And like that's I mean, again, BabyMonster to me isn't Kendrick Lamar nor Drake for that matter, but like at the same time, like this is a little lazy. Like, I don't know what I mean. Like, and I know it's meant to be this killer. The beat goes like suddenly bass all of a sudden. The beat goes bum, 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 and then the rapper's like, yo, look at me.
And then somebody's dancing like to the beat at that point too.
There's a lot of gyration happening. Yeah, I think
somebody
it might have been.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
it was like a terrible.
If they were going to do that, they should have a strobe light going. I think.
That's a hazard. But okay.
Too many.
But you know how normally when someone does a bunch of moves real small, they do like a strobing effect, right? So it looks more dynamic.
I mean, they still had those flashing lights though. Like that's still something.
I feel like they did, but they didn't commit to it enough. They didn't commit to it like what group is it? The Artemis level of crazy cinematography.
Once again, I'm hearing more commitment issues. Tell me more. Like, is this like somebody's ex-boyfriend here? Like, what's going on? Like, why is there too much half decisions?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, because when I actually see the members and their skills, right? I feel like it's not them. It's clearly not them. It's something about the production choices that I don't know what's going on. There was another song that came out a couple weeks ago like that. I don't know if you guys got a chance to listen to it, but I was trying to find out, like, is this just something that we just keep doing?
What are you referring to? What are you referring to here?
So like that has a decisive route, a concept, a sound. Like, we don't have switch ups. We don't have anything questioning like what's gonna happen next. And I feel like they can do it. Like, what is going on?
For context, you're referring to what I'm assuming is their pre-release, like that. Oh, it's a song from their last EP.
It's a performance video.
It's performance video, yeah.
A month ago.
Okay. I haven't heard that song, so I can't really comment on it. But like, here's the thing: like, when we release. Once you figure out a list during the morning sometime around like by 9 a.m. we figure out a list of songs that we want to cover. Typically during the mornings I'm very busy with work, so I don't listen to what you do. Throughout the rest of the day I listen to these songs on constant loop. Like I probably listened to forever I want to say at least like 10 times. You know what I mean? And then at the end of the day, I do a couple listens actively where I'm like really putting a lot of attention into what I want to talk about, the production, the performances, creativity, chords, yada yada yada. You get the idea. Where I'm trying to figure out what I want to talk about. And I can't tell you if it's maybe the production, maybe it's bland mixing, or maybe it's the fucking change-ups took away all my attention, or maybe it's members. I don't know what to tell you. It's just nobody sticks out in terms of like, this person was great, this person was bad. I thought at this point,
I think fairly consistently I've stated I like Rami's vocals. That's the one thing I say every time.
I also remember Rami. And that is probably the only person I would pick out from this group. And wasn't the girl who was supposed to be back now? Is that Ayeon?
Yeah, she's in here. She's in here. Yeah,
she's in here. Okay. All right. I mean, it is what it is. But at the current moment, it's a little. What am I saying? It's very underwhelming for what is considered a major release from a major company.
I mean, if we're gonna talk big picture level, YG's lost all the mojo. Let's be honest.
But here's the thing: like, even if for all of transparency, I have not liked a lot of the Blackpink releases, but I could tell you a lot about every member.
Yeah. I
could tell you a whole lot about Lisa if you want to go back to that. I could tell you a whole lot about fucking Rose or Jisoo or Jennie. With these kids, without Rami, I don't know what else to talk about.
Well, consistently, YG has had trouble promoting groups that have more than like 5 members.
Yeah. It's been
fairly consistent across most of their things.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do while having more than like 5 members in a group. I don't know how many iKON has, but I know Winner has 4 at the moment.
iKON
is 6. Yeah. iKON is 6. But
do
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But even in iKON, you would say outside of Bobby, right? Like, to be fair. I think that in this song Forever, there's a good pop song in here, right?
Yeah.
I just think the
that.
pop sections were good. Those were my favorite parts of the song. And I think if we had changed it up, maybe, and some of the rap sections are more suitable for a pop song, I think we had a decent song here, But I just think that there's a lot of disjointment going on in what we're trying to do. And we ended on a clappy section instead of a YG dance break, right? More or less. Which makes sense because this is one of those uplifting tracks and the beat fits there. The clapping thing was fine. But in the context of we're doing a clappy section after we did a double time rap section about 30 seconds ago, right? It just feels a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, right? Like, it's like, those are 2 very different things. They're like completely polar. We're doing like an uplifting, clap section, right? And then meanwhile, we had a girl like doing a double time. Yeah. Look, those just don't feel like they should be in the same song. To me,
I think there is a world where all of that fits in together, like with the proper transitions and the proper commitment to make these work together. But at the moment, it's coming off as like a boardroom meeting. This is what the public wants. Stick it in one song, and that'll make it work. That's what it comes off to me at the end of the day. And like, I understand K-pop is a business, but like I'm still gonna look at it from the lens of a creative medium. So
no, I still like the some section of the song enough. I still think it's a tingly song. I'm gonna listen to this one. It's fun.
I definitely think I don't want to end it on a sour note, so I will admit, like, visually, I think it's really cool. There's a lot of cool scenes, especially near the end where there's like fireworks going off, and the car is a self-driven car is like driving itself through the clouds, while one of the members like she has no hands on the wheel. Like, that was pretty cool. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like, visually, there's a lot of cool scenes here. Not sure if I have a lot of positives to take away other than that.
Damn, you hate this song. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Think about this. This is for context. Warren said my favorite part was the CGI car. That's what Warren said.
That's
straight up.
Yeah, for Warren.
That's what he said. Straight, like, he literally said that.
I mean, yeah. I think I'll give this a tingly, maybe like a little tingly. I think the chorus, through all its faults, I think it is catchy, so it's not terrible. I liked the the breaking of the forever. Like I think that made it unique, right? Like that was the one thing that I feel like, okay, this is not something I've heard particularly, maybe, but yeah, there's just a little bit of disjointment in some of the sections that.
I'm also not a fan of them like saying their group name or spelling it out consistently in most of the tracks that are
also
upbeat.
a long name.
Yeah.
Why? If I had to pick out a favorite part of the song itself, I would probably choose the first verse. And in that aspect, I commend them for trying something that's a little different from the typical YG formula. We got rid of the dance break. We do not have a chorus that is a synth beat with like a bang bada bang 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 bada bang 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 at the forever yo, like, you know, I'm glad we didn't do that. Like that's what I expected halfway into the song.
Okay.
So I think that's a great step forward. Yes, I like the CGI car. Yes, I like Rami. I'm gonna go with mine.
I mean, you can't take it back. You took you just said this was a dumpster fire. You can't, like, it is what it is.
I said mild. Move on.
Yeah. You know, I also don't like after we spell out Baby Monday, there's like a get money. I'm like, oh my god, you know, right? Like
Get money.
Get money. It's like, guys, what are we doing here? I want to like BabyMonster more than I do, right? But I feel that it's really just YG giving them these tracks. It's making it. This is a Teddy track, isn't it? Is it right?
It is actually not Teddy. I have to correct myself from earlier. Song is written
It's not
by
right.
Choice 37, LP, Blush, Sonny, and Lil G.
I mean, I've heard people saying that it's one thing to have Teddy make Teddy songs, and it's another thing to have other producers at YG try to make Teddy songs. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, Choice 37's been working pretty closely with Teddy since like.
But you know what I'm saying, right? Like it's one thing because like, at least Teddy sticks to his formula at the end of the day, right? And you get something somewhat cohesive. But I've heard a narrative that it just feels like YG's, like, I know people always say, oh, BabyMonster just sounds like Blackpink songs, right? But if it really comes down to the fact that YG is letting the producers try to make these songs that kind of use a lot of the traditional YG tropes, and then we end up with this without having Teddy himself make it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. Kiss of Life, Sticky. They are not from Woolim. Why is that on here? I don't know why.
I don't know.
Oh, because the template was from Unbi last week.
Oh.
That's why it's like that.
Kiss of Life is from S2 Entertainment.
Yes, they are from S2 Entertainment.
Yes.
They are from S2 Entertainment. Their last three songs: Midas Touch, Nobody Knows, Bad News. Hey, we got this. They are trying to take the throne of Summer Queens that has been left vacant after Sistar went away.
Ooh.
This is their attempt,
Ooh.
right? They're trying to become the sexy Summer Queens.
I can see that.
I can see that.
You know, I like this song. I think it's a fun summer song. I think they're doing their thing. They might be twerking a little too much for my liking in the music video, but I think that this song is all good vibes. I love how it was filmed, the cinematography. They try to make it seem like it was a one shot, even though it's not. But they were going for that motif of trying
style,
to do that.
Yeah, it's a good
I
style.
love the style they were doing. It makes complete sense because, you know, we're not teleported from like, oh, we're on stairs in a city to like we're in a spaceship or something, right? It's all very cohesive. They go through like a door and it goes black and then we're in a theater. It's like, okay, that makes sense as a tradition, right? Transition. Also, I looked it up. This music video is filmed in Poland, by the way.
Oh.
I looked it up, so I'm not wrong for once. How do we feel about Kiss of Life? They are going for a very mature concept relative to their peers, for sure. But that is their choice. They've said in interviews that's what they want to do. They said we're adults. We want to have a more adult concept. The company has also reiterated that. How do we feel about Kiss of Life, Sticky?
I mean, the song itself, I really like the song. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
it's great.
It's this very. It's a tried and true combination of like, you got some bells, but you got some toy pianos, you got a trap beat. You also have a lot of sections that are like very string sounding. and you end up with this combination of what I feel like is the combination of what Tyla sounds like, and then also what pre 2020 Ariana Grande sounds like, not the new album
Yes.
one. And I think all of that is coming off really nicely. It's a great vibe. It's very summery. It's very energetic. The vocals are reflecting itself. It's a good mood. It's very rhythmatic. I'm trying to think about anything I might not like about the song, and I'm kind of struggling. Maybe the rap wasn't necessary, but other than that, really, you know what I mean?
This of Life has great vocals, period.
Yes.
Like, the vocals
Very
are always really good in this group. And how do you feel about Sticky? Do you feel it's a great summer song? Are they trying to take the sister throne here? What are we doing here?
I mean, maybe. I think they could be contenders. I think it's been very interesting to see the type of sounds they've gone for since debut. I feel like they've tried something a little different with every comeback. I'll say that this sound, coupled with the vocals and the choreography, the energy, I thought went really, really well.
Same.
And it kind of makes sense because I know Natty did some collaborations with Jay Park, and Jay Park kind of had this sound like a few years ago too, like a very summery pop, hip hop maybe based type of sound too. So this makes sense to me. I feel like this makes sense for the sound they're trying to grow or their concept. I don't know, it makes sense. Another reference to Tyler that I found that I wanted to shout out was the point dance, right? Like the move that they do in the chorus. I think kind of it's a little similar, maybe inspired by Water, like the
heavily
point move for them.
influenced by
Heavily,
Tyla.
maybe? Okay.
Yeah.
But I think it makes sense with the song. Like, I think it made sense with the vibe they were going for. Props for, like, all of the on-set, like, choreography they had to do because they had backup dancers.
They've
They were, like,
utilized this set so well.
yeah,
well.
going
Very
like,
well.
from a lot of
Space.
structures, like the fountain, like
Very
the water.
dynamic. They go up the stair, they go
Yeah.
down the stairs, they enter a fountain at the end. They probably got Legionnaire's disease while doing that, but they
hope
entered
not.
the fountain.
But-
Maybe a bit of E. coli, but it's okay.
Oh,
We're
no.
chilling. I
I
would
mean-
say though, I have one
Oh.
small criticism.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
Small.
Okay.
How dare
In
you?
going for this kind of one-shot style where a lot of the scenes are very long, I think there were certain points in the dancing where if the shots were less long, certain dance sequences would have been cleaner.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? Where like they did such a long scene, right? Let's say they did a 40-second shot, right? And there's 2 seconds in like the 31st and 32nd second where the choreo's pretty sloppy. They're not together, but they had to keep it in because the other 38 seconds were all really good in this shot.
Sorry, could you repeat the timestamp you were referring to?
Oh no, I could tell you the specific timestamp that I think looked kind of sloppy. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds into this music video, there's like they do this one
Yeah.
dance move and it's just really disjointed, right? And like I don't think they would have kept it in if they were filming shorter sequences. Do you know what I mean?
See.
Well, I was confused about that section because there's dancing in front of the fountain, and then suddenly
Yeah.
they all run into the fountain. I'm like, why'd you do that? Like
They were in like such a rush to run into the fountain that the last move they did wasn't very synced up with each other. But I think they had to keep it in because the rest of the shot was so good. So
I mean, to be honest, though, I feel like to me, it felt like it was. I did notice some parts where it felt like, oh, we're a little off. Like, oh, we're not completely.
oh, no,
in
I think it's
sync.
fine though. I think it's fine.
Right. I think it was okay because it did seem like it was meant to be like one take, but also like very like non-serious. Like this was meant to be like, oh, we're just having fun. And we're just
we're gonna
automatically
run into the
dancing.
fountain.
Yeah, we're all just spontaneously doing this, and obviously not. But like, I think it's that it didn't feel that off that they were not.
I think it's okay,
100%
but
sync.
we're in the world of K-pop where it has to be perfect.
That is true. Yeah, but I mean, it's refreshing sometimes when it's not. So
I think it was. I think it was fine.
I think it was fine too. It was just something I noticed because I was like, "Oh, we're not a little together right here, guys." But that's just me, because like I used to I did dance, and when my sister was dancing, I was in like 2 things. She was in like 20, right? So I had to sit there for like 8 hours during the weekends watching everyone dance. And when it's off, it's obvious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when I was watching dance back in the day, and they're doing a turn sequence. When the one seki on the right is off, it's so obvious, right? Like everyone's doing this turn sequence. They got to stick out the leg at a certain point, and then one kid's like half a second late. It's the most obvious thing in the world to me, at least. I'm not gonna fault them for that because I think it was very ambitious to go with this style of filming. I thought that's really cool that they wanted to do that. I also want to give out some shout outs. Number 1, Nati sings really well. Julie sings really well. My girl Julie Han is dancing her ass off. She is the most committed person in the world. She went off.
Quite literally.
Yeah, she is dancing so hard in this entire music video. We also Hana. She might be the youngest in the group, but she's pulling her own weight in this group as well. You know, I think they picked 4.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, I think they picked a bunch of people that really fit the concept they're going for. I think the members are super committed to it as well. You could tell that they all are on board with this. They're cooking up something well, especially for a company like S2, which I wouldn't consider a big company. They're doing extremely well with this group.
I do want to
a lot of exciting things.
What did you guys think of the ending? Of Nati from Sugarcoat appearing? Doppelganger style?
I've kind of given up on lore, Anita. I'm gonna be honest here.
It's lore? I don't know if it's lore.
That's. I felt like that was a clear call out to like the fact that the rest of the narrative is still there and that they will revisit it in the future. That's what it felt like to me. Like, because here's the thing. Sticky is sound wise and visually wise, it is very different from the rest of their stuff, especially the first 2, which were very reliant on this struggling teen Y2K narrative, right?
Quite dark.
Right, quite dark. And then on the flip side, here you have 4 girls who are very happy with their lives, dancing their butts off. So to me, this felt like a callback to, we're not done with all that. Don't worry, guys. Like this is a one-off. This is work. Don't worry. We know what you guys like. We'll bring that back to. That's what I felt like was going on there. Because this is obviously a clear departure, which I don't think it has a lot of lore meaning, but like it'll still a cool reference to see.
I want to give one shout out. I want to give a shout out to Lee Hae-in, who's their creative director. She was one of my favorite contestants on Produce Season 1, and she was also the girl who exposed how shitty the conditions were on Idol School. When she also appeared on that show with Nati, by the way. And I don't think she might not have had the best career individually for K-pop because she never really got to debut. But I'm happy to see she's in a position now where she's probably gets to, affect what's going on with this group. I want to give a shout out to her because she kind of got screwed by the system like a lot of other people.
Speaking of potentially famous people that have also worked on the song is written and arranged by someone called Jinsol in Strawberry Banana Club. I am not sure if this is Jinsol of Artemis or Jinsol of April or another group. Maybe it's another person named Jinsol, but Jinsol is not a common name. It's not something that I would think is a big coincidence.
That'd be cool if it is somebody from those groups.
Especially if it's from Artemis. So, hey, if people know something more about who this Jinsol person is, let me know because that would be cool to find out. But overall, from like a
It's a different person.
Okay, there's a lot of Jinsols, I guess.
Well,
but ironically, this person worked on Lucemble and Artemis stuff as well.
Are you sure it's not?
I'm sure, dude. No, it's not. Look, I'm on the Loot of the World fandom page. There's a Kim Jinsol who's a music producer who's worked on shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that's Kim Jinsol. Jinsol and Kim Jinsol would be.
But what I'm saying is I looked up the producer credits for this song, and some of them do say Kim Jinsol as one of the credits.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying this.
All right. Well, officially she's listed as Jinsol, so that's why I was like confused. But
let us know though. For sure. We might be completely wrong. This one to me, tough because it's a summer song. But I'm gonna say as a summer song, it's a spicy song.
I think
so too.
I think it's a tried and true formula of like very summery, bright, great melody kind of trap beat. nothing negative to say other than that.
Kiss of Life is doing
Spicy.
so well for a company of their size, you know, or a group of their size and popularity. They are doing so well right now. Great.
I have a quick question, right?
Yeah.
So, Kiss of Life up until this point, with their first 3 releases, have done music that are very Y2K focused. With Midas Touch,
Yeah.
it was definitely there's no argument there what they were going for. STAYC is definitely a departure from that, and my interpretation has been probably because it's a summer song.
It's a non-album single, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so was Midas Touch. That's not a single. That was just a single. But what if they use this as a bridge into not Y2K stuff? How would you guys feel? But what if this is the first of several?
At the moment, I would be fine with that because I think the trajectory is right for them to try other things. Because they're one of the few groups, the album sales are like doubling each time, by the way.
Yeah.
So, Born to be XX, November 8th, 2023, 60K. Midas Touch, April 2024, 100K. And Midas Touch on Circle Chart reached number 8 at one point.
Oh, wow.
It was popping off. Yeah.
It was popping off. So, I think the trajectory is right for them to do a little bit more. Especially once we get out of the summer. I think they should see the success Sticky's gonna have. I'm just projecting. I think it's gonna be successful. I think they should see the success Sticky's gonna have. They should do a summer song every year. But then we should start changing it up on the side.
Oh, okay. So you're saying use the trajectory, try other things that are not Y2K.
And worst comes to worst, we got next year's summer song to bring us back if it all goes bad. You know what I mean?
Back on.
Yeah, we can fall back on it. Worst comes to worst.
I do think Y2K as a creative concept is on its. I think it's on its way out.
A decline.
But Kiss of Life is here to stay.
Yeah,
They're killing it right now.
I enjoy that they're diverging a little bit.
I also want to talk about another somewhat rookie girl group for like 30 seconds.
Oh.
I think Triple S as a concept, now that we've seen a lot of releases and stuff, it is the most difficult group to digest like ever for me. It's so difficult.
But there's an audience for it, and I feel like
I know there's an audience. I am not that audience
They
as a
found it.
casual, right? I love the Triple S sound, the music, but the crypto, the so many members, the so many units, it's just so difficult to digest.
Wait, why are we suddenly talking about Triple S?
Well, I'm talking about rookie girl groups. That's why.
Are they still rookies?
competition.
I'm not saying rookie. I'm saying, would you not consider Kiss
Newish.
of Life and Triple S comparable?
Triple S debuted in 2022.
Kiss of Life debuted early 2023.
Kind of same
Okay.
time frame, I guess.
I mean, you're gonna say they're completely different generations or something?
No, they're
Like,
not.
No, but I think they're just way too different of a group to compare against them each other.
I'm not trying to compare them. I just said I wanted to talk about Triple S for a hot second.
I mean, I
Because
don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you at all.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just kind of
I
confused.
just wanted to talk about them here because it's a somewhat young rookie, like not a rookie group, somewhat young girl group that there's probably nowhere else for me to talk about them on this show, so that's why I brought it up.
I mean,
Where else would I have? Where else would I have?
I think we talk about that every time we talk about Triple S. It's like that. I feel like they've become
well,
the new Marvel.
Well, I guess the reason why I'm saying this is because the Triple S subreddit became one of, how on Reddit, on your homepage, the shit you're subscribed to comes up, but sometimes stuff you've also looked at, those subreddits also leak onto your homepage.
Yeah.
Right? So Triple S this week has been one of the subreddits that's kind of leaked onto my subscription stuff.
It's been your
And, like,
recommendation, yeah.
Like, every other post I see from them is, who is this member? Like, people are asking, like, I found this photo card or something, who is this? Or, on this music video, who is this at this time, And, like, I don't know. I don't feel like that's the greatest thing in the world when everyone's just confused.
Maybe the solution there is to put names on the photo cards, like maybe
I don't know.
somewhere.
Let's transition to another young-ish girl group. We got STAYC Girls. They did not say STAYC Girls it's going down, and honestly, it did not go down. But we got Cheeky Icy Thang. They are from not Woolham. I just flubbed up not listing anyone's company this week. They're from High Up.
High up.
And their last songs, Bubble, Teddy Bear, and Poppy. This song confused the shit out of me, guys. Like,
Yeah.
number one,
How though?
there was no STAYC Girls It's Going Down, which made me
There
sad.
wasn't.
It made me really upset, by the way.
That's fine.
One girl, Shion at the start, put a candy in her mouth that kind of looked like she was taking ecstasy or something. All of a sudden, that's what I thought.
No.
When I saw the teaser and she put the candy in her mouth and ate it, it reminded me of like ecstasy, dude.
Did not think of that at all.
I don't know, dude.
What kind of X are you taking here? Like,
I don't know.
mine does not come on a lollipop.
Honestly, though, if there was an ecstasy explanation for this song, it would make more sense to me than what we got.
No.
Oh, I'm gonna steal this from Reddit. Someone said on Reddit, it was one of the most upvoted comments, that cheesy icy thing. I almost said cheesy icy thing, which I don't know what's going on there. But cheeky icy thing, they said, is Run to You's drunker older sister who likes to party.
I see the connection though.
Someone explain to me, what is a cheeky icy thing? What is that?
Apparently something written in 6/8.
This song, I'm still you're talking about things I can't digest. I don't know what to think of this one too, dude. Like, what did I watch? I don't know what I
The music
watched.
video itself is, or at least to me, it didn't seem too out there. I feel like the play, right, was supposed to be on the cheeky attitude, right? Which I think, to me, it's more like kind of like a little clever, like not quite. It's not necessarily bad, but it's like you're a little deceptive, you know, like you're not exactly as you seem. Maybe that's my interpretation of it. But in this music video, they're doing just kind of mean, rude things. I don't know if there was a mistranslation or maybe a different interpretation of
There's
the
a
term.
difference between us being like a endearing smartass and just being an asshole. You know, there's a big difference there. Hey, risky ring a ding dong or whatever we got going on, dude. These lyrics are some of the most outrageous things I've seen in a long time.
This was interesting.
It is crazy.
So let's try to figure out what's going on, right?
Yeah, help me.
Okay. The album is called Metamorphic. It is their first full-length album. It's got 14 tracks. Some of the track titles give away what the vibe is, although for full context, I have not heard the rest of the album yet.
People say the album itself as a whole is really solid.
Good. That's good.
But it kind of, I mean, I think some of the titles give away what kind of vibe it's going for. Like, for example, track 13 is called Flexing on My Ex.
Okay.
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 And look, if you go into the press release, I'm not going to translate the whole thing, but I think a lot of it is hinged on doing new things, giving Teen Fresh, Kitsch, STAYC a new direction. I think a lot of this is meant to be a change up from what they've been doing, a sort of a maturing to a certain degree. You know what I mean? I think that's what it's meant to be, and I think that's why they're playing into, ooh, look at me, I'm a badass. You know, that's obviously the kind of vibe they're going for. Like, I cannot be stopped. I'm so mean. Blah, 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 you know.
And you like it anyway.
And like, there's a, you know, the ice is the ice on their wrist. You know, like the ice on their neck. You know, like they have money now. You know, they've been paid.
Hey, easy on the eyes, though. Easy on the eyes, though.
Whiskey on the rock.
Whiskey ring a ding dong, dude. Come on.
On the rock. Whiskey ring a So I think a lot of it is playing into that. This is their interpretation of what I'm gonna say was popular about 3-4 years ago with, you know, what XX crush, this crush, that crush, girl crush, pop crush, teen crush. You know, we had a phase where every group had their version of crush for a while, and this feels like a bit of their interpretation into that. That being said, they've also kind of maintained the kind of like playfulness, you know, like
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
like,
true.
You start off with you know, like the Beauty and the Beast, I'm a beast verse, which I'm not sure I feel about that. And at the end of the day, it comes down to, how well it's executed and how well the members, give their own interpretation of it. My takeaway has been that this is not the kind of sound that Black Eyed Pilsing is good at, especially if they're leading into the cheese a little bit. Especially if you think about, I want to talk about Fancy for a second, because Fancy was written by Black Eyed Pilsing. Fancy was supposed to be the big change up for Twice, and it visually definitely was. But if you look at the song itself, just the song itself, not the visuals, it's not too particularly different from the stuff we've gotten up until them at that point. It wasn't until the song after where, sonically it actually started to change. But that wasn't written by Black Eyed Pilsing, so I'm coming to the conclusion that this is not their strong suit. The other flip side of that is, how good is how good is STAYC at pulling off that kind of sound? And my conclusion has been, I don't know. If the rap was a little more fun, I'm not gonna say good or bad. Maybe if the rap was a little more fun, maybe that would have been a little more interesting. But I don't know. That whole intro section was not a great start. I did, however, to pick out some of the positives about the song, I didn't hate the chorus. I don't know if that's something that's a spicy take here or not, but there's like a scattered rap intro to the chorus, and then they actually start singing.
So I'm cool as ice, risking a ding dong, right? That part?
Yeah, when you sing it, it sounds like a fucking child rhyme, but yes.
honestly, so she has black hair now, right?
Yeah.
She was really good on this track. Like the attitude, the vibe. She's trying real hard.
Yeah, like the moments where they're playing into the kitsch and the cheesiness, all of that was fun. It was really nice. But there are moments that are leaning a little more heavily into the look at me kind of vibe. And I'm
I saw some people saying that, not that the song sounds similar, but in terms of eras, right? This kind of feels like when Tiara went into their electronica era all of a sudden towards the second part of their career.
Tiara.
In terms of the weirdness of this track. I heard people saying that it reminded them of that.
Like Poppy?
Yeah. Or like the one where they're like dolls. I don't know what that one's called. Sugar Free, like that era.
Oh,
that's what people are saying.
Wasn't that the tail end of that group?
I don't remember, dude. It's been so long. But all those type of tracks, they did that whole electronica run towards the end.
They did. They came back to that, yeah.
So people are saying that this kind of feels like what STAYC's doing here in a modern sense. Like Sexy Love, you remember that kind of track where it was just kind of out there. Overall, for me, the lyrics are absolutely outrageous. For sure. That's like, they're trying to even fit the Easy on the Ice. It doesn't even fit where they're trying to put it. They're trying to slam a square peg into a circle hole all of a sudden. They're just doing it. Who cares? We've already said risky ring a ding dong, so might as well just do that there.
I feel like
the vibe is good though. This is a very confusing song.
Maybe I'm biased because I did like Run to You, and I don't mind the sound. I like another iteration of that. I thought it was interesting that they did some vocal effects as well on some of the sections. I don't know if they'll be able to do that for live performances or not, but I don't know. I think I commend the fact that they decided to switch it up, because I feel like I'll be the first to admit that I was complaining. I was saying, I don't know, I kind of miss the old STAYC sound, pre Beautiful Monster type, and this is kind of reminiscent of that before that. So I appreciate trying to maybe revisit that sound. Did it come off as new? Not necessarily, but I think it would be interesting to see where it goes. I did get a chance to listen to another song that they're going to be doing, I think, promoting as well, the B-side. It's called One Thing. And this one, I feel like, sounds very different. I'm looking forward to listening to the full album to see if there's more stuff like this. But I feel like that could have been a title track too. And it's interesting to see that they decided to go with something that is kind of already familiar. I don't know if they're kind of easing into another change, but we'll see. I think I'm a little bit more intrigued by the STAYC sound. I think I have.
People also have. I saw people also talking about this song. They said like they chose choreography that's also kind of weird on purpose.
The lean back.
Yeah, and they do a lot of like just like some of the moves at certain points look a little memey too on purpose. Like they kind of do like in some parts of the song there's almost like a flossing move going on as well. People are like, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a certain part where there's almost a flossing move. And people are just kind of like, man, I'm happy they committed to being weird in all aspects of this song. They're like, some of them might have went a little too far, is what I saw a couple different people saying. Do I agree with that? A little bit. But I think that the bass song and the beat's pretty good, though. And I do like the chorus a lot. Yeah, yes. The instrumental's good. It's a confusing song for me.
Yeah,
I'm happy with going with a tingly on this one. It's a
tingly.
It does.
They need to say "STAYC Girls, it's going down," don't they? Like, what's going on there?
I
guys?
keep waiting for it. Yeah.
They said they're not gonna do it if it don't make sense. They said that.
So they're instantly telling you if we don't say it, this song's gonna be not as good, guys, because it's not going down. Is that what they're trying to tell us? If they say it, they're like, guys, we got a banger, it's going down. Listen, but if it's not, they're just not gonna say it and be like, oh, we're just gonna bail it in, guys.
I mean, did you like Teddy Bear?
It grew on me.
They
said
it in Teddy Bear, yeah.
Well, it did go down. It's like their most successful song.
Oh, I guess from an objective measure, yeah.
Yeah, right? So there's that.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Well, okay, some other interesting factoids. I don't know where to put this in. It was news, technically. So BabyMonster and STAYC both had crazy fan events, like fan things happened to them this week in a not a good sense.
Unfortunately.
No. So let's go over the STAYC one first. So Jay from STAYC, they were at the airport and she's walking by. There's some fans there. She's waving. And the person said, "What's up with your greeting? Like, what are you doing?" It's so cringy and awkward. "인사가 뭐해?" That's what she said to her. And then Jay like said hi again to her, and Jay was like, "Hi." And then it was so strange. You could look that one up too. Someone was just being hella disrespectful to her at the airport. And the bigger one that happened, BabyMonster was in Thailand, right? They were doing some kind of radio show. And you know how radio shows are where there's like a glass wall and then people sit outside and look in what's going on, right? There was a Korean fan cam for one of the girls, one of the fan cam account. And they were all supposed to be sitting there, but this guy kept walking around, standing in front of people, taking pictures. So some of the Thai staff like, dude, you gotta stop. And this Korean fan cam guy tried to fight one of the staff. Straight up.
God.
Okay, don't do that.
So he tried to fight. It's a guy. He's trying to fight this girl. This girl just grabs his hair and she beats him. And then the security throws him out of the event. And then he went online and apologized. But it's like really awkward.
Messy.
Warren, you can watch them during the break. I have both videos. It's kind of wild. So those two things happened. Yeah. So people were acting a fool. And the fan cam went on his Twitter afterwards and said, "It was me. I'm sorry. I don't know how I'll learn from this."
I hope so.
And it's like a solo member fan account. It's not like a BabyMonster fan account. It's for one of the members. And everyone's like, "You just embarrassed yourself in front of your bias, dude."
You just embarrassed your bias.
Yeah. Other big releases this week though include Chu, Strawberry Rush, but she also released the B-side called Honeybee. N.Flying Into You, Craxy Stupids, Namuhan with Sunshine, You Kiss, I'm Not Easy 2024 version, Man Man Honey. Yeah, they released the 2024 version of that song. Gyubin released Satellite, BDU had a debut with My One, Kim Jae-jung released Glorious Day, Rocky released Jealous, FT Island released Burn It, Cat's Eye debuted with Debut. This was a very divisive debut.
Oh, it's not a debut, is what they said.
Well, people treated it as one, and it's only a 2-minute and 14-second video. So there is that.
They're just doing their thing. It's not a debut.
Jimin from BTS, he released a pre-release called Summeraldo Garden Marching Band featuring Loco. We had IVE released a Pepsi song called Summer Festa, Alexa Distraction, Daya Jun released Stay, and then Dao Subin formerly of Dao Shabet released Muck. So those are all the other releases this week. Wow, we're at Spice King now. Last week, Nayeon ABCD picked up her second crown. She is eligible for the Hall of Spice. Second place, Red Velvet Cosmic. Third place was a tie between To Us, If I'm S, Can You Be My N, and New Jeans Right Now. By the way, people did not know that it was about magnets, Warren. People were very shocked about that discussion.
Both, okay.
Yeah.
It's
MBTI and magnets.
It's very clearly about a magnet front and foremost. That is the main deal. Maybe it's also about the MBTI, but it's like so clearly about a magnet before any of that.
The new candidates this week are the songs we covered: Lisa, Rockstar, BabyMonster, Forever, Kiss of Life, Sticky, STAYC, Cheeky, Icy, Thang, which I still don't know what that means. But my chart this week. Oh God, what is my chart? I do not have Nayeon in first this week.
Ooh, okay.
I have Red Velvet
in first?
Cosmic. You gotta put Red Velvet in first. I do have Nayeon in second place though with ABCD,
Nice.
and then in third place. You know, surprisingly, I don't have To Us. I have Kiss of Life Sticky in third place.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And that is my chart. Boom.
Okay. Well, I still have Nayeon in first, ABCD. What can I say? It's a good song, great solo comeback, great concept too. The Y2K vibe going strong. Second place, Red Velvet Cosmic. I don't know. I really love that they've stuck to this sound for them. It sounds Red Velvet, like that is them. So I like it. And then finally for third place, I'm gonna give it a Kiss of Life as well. Sticky. I think the vibe is there. They commit to the sound, and I think it suits them. I think I can see the members like giving it their all, enjoying it, having fun. So it's enjoyable. Third place.
It is probably worth noting that right now is on the chart because I kept giving it first place. I still think it's a banger of a song. I still think it's
One more
ready
time?
to sell. Second place.
Wow.
I listened
Second
to this a lot less than I did last week. I will admit. But I still think it's a good song. I still enjoy it every time it comes on. That leaves me with an interesting series of issues because I like some of the other songs here, such as "If I Am an S, Can You Be My N" by To Us. I still think that's that's just about a magnet, guys. There's no, it's like, they literally said magnet in the press release and in the lyrics. What more do you want? Look, I think it's really cute. I think it's really fun. It started to remind me of my high school childhood. First place.
Oh.
Whoa.
First place.
First place.
Okay,
Whoa.
nice.
That leaves me with Kiss of Life, Sticky on third place.
Nice.
Not particularly
goodness.
too creative, but at the same time, it's a tried and true, great interpretation.
Makes sense.
Love it.
Well, okay, that shocked me. I'm doing some tabulations this week, guys. Okay, I think I figured it out.
Okay.
SojuTalk Nation and the Gochu Gang voted, right?
They have voted.
Third place, 58 points. They had Kiss of Life Sticky. So everyone gave it third place this week.
Yeah.
Second place, they had Red Velvet Cosmic with 76. And in first place, they had Nayeon ABCD with 88 points.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. I got to do some math here. Okay, as a result, via Warren's first place vote, To Us, If I'm S, Can You Be My N, with 5 points comes into third place. I feel like this happens every week now. Warren just gives something crazy first and it ends up on the chart.
Well, are you going to tell me it's not a good song?
Second
It's
place,
a good song.
Red Velvet Cosmic with 11 via my first place, Anita and Gochu, the Gochu SojuTalk Nation people's second place vote as well. So that's 11. In first place, via Anita's first place vote, Gochu Gang SojuTalk Nation first place vote, and my second place vote, Nayeon ABCD with 13 points, picking up third crown, entering the Hall of Spice.
All the spice.
Wow. Okay. Nayeon ABCD is joining NMix Dash, La Seraphim Easy, Changa Ini Mini featuring AT Songjun, Eyelid Magnetic, Rise Impossible, New Jeans House Suite, and now Nyan ABCD. It is officially in the Hall of Spice class of 2024.
Nice.
Boom.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Speaking of boom, finally, in show winners, Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, we have one winner this week, Rise, with Boom Boom Bass. They won on the show Champion, M Countdown, Music Bank, and Inkigayo. So 5 total wins for them. Congrats.
Nice.
Okay. All right, that ends part 1. SojuTalk episode 288. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 288 with some news and events from the past week. Actually, not a lot of news this week, but there is one big one. Okay, it was reported that all 21 members are in talks with YG himself regarding their 15th anniversary project, which includes reunion plans and a potential comeback.
Ooh.
That would be so nice.
That'll be really nice.
Hey, it's apparently happening. I got some follow-up on that, though.
Oh.
Update, YG Entertainment first stated they're unable to confirm the discussions, right? They were like, I don't know if it's happening, right? So they're like, I don't know. But then they confirmed that they did have a 2-hour meeting. 21 and YG met up for 2 hours to discuss the potential plans for the 15th year anniversary. Nothing is confirmed, but there are talks going on.
Bro, that's a long-ass meeting.
Right.
2 hours.
It's a long meeting. They probably had lunch. That's probably what it was. But hey, that would be exciting, would it not? If 21 made a comeback,
That would be.
Hey, open up your Teams chat, VDF it, tell me how viable it is. I'm sure.
You remember when Big Bang did that one? It was essentially a goodbye song, but we didn't really know it at the time, right?
Yeah.
That was a good song. It was a good song. People were very excited about that.
Oh, man.
So there's that. Let's keep going. The Korean Supreme Court dismissed BlackBerry Creative's appeal of Luna Chu's lawsuit win, upholding the ruling that Chu's exclusive contract with the agency is invalid. So they appealed, which means they cannot appeal anymore. So Chu has officially won, period.
Has stopped.
So BlackBerry Creative
Thankfully.
taking all the L's. They lost last week, they lost this week, you know? It is what it is.
She now has absolute immunity from bullshit. It's great.
Yeah, so basically, Chu is completely free. BlackBerry Creative cannot appeal anymore because they already appealed. She is 100% free from their clutches now.
Good lord.
About
Taking a
time.
long ass time.
About time.
Yeah.
Let's stop covering Chu and BlackBerry Creative now. Like it's been too long.
Next one. So BSS Fighting featuring Eyoung-ji has been chosen as Team Korea's cheering song for the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Yo,
It's an appropriate song.
let's talk about the Olympics real quick. So first of all, there is a growing trend in the Olympics now that the host nation gets to pick a culturally relevant event to be added to the schedule, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Did you guys hear what the culturally relevant event is for this Olympics in Paris?
I did
I
not.
did not.
Breakdancing.
Oh.
Oh, wait. I saw the
And
finalists that made it.
Also, the OG Hong Ten, who's one of the most famous Korean breakdancers of all time, he qualified for the Olympics. He's 39 years old and he qualified.
Let's go.
Yo, he beat everybody.
If you don't know who he is, Hong Ten is like a living legend in the breaking scene. I was watching his videos in like 2005, back in the day. He's literally like the OG of OG Korean breakdancers, and he is qualified for the Olympics. He came in third in the last chance qualifications, so he is going to the Olympics.
Nice. I'm excited for that.
That's crazy. I'm so excited.
You remember like 10, 15 years ago, there was those like Red Bull competition videos that were grainy as shit, and they were like they were breakdancing back in the day, like Lilu and Junior. There was the Brazilian guy who had the weak legs, so his upper body was so strong. Like, I remember all these crazy videos. Hong Ten was one of the OGs back then. He's going to the Olympics.
Yo, for
That's
context,
pretty cool.
Let's go.
the overall manager of the Korean national team for breakdancing is STAYC from Gambler's Crew, and then the coach is King So from Kai Crew or Gambler Crew also. I don't know.
Yeah,
if you know.
but just so you know, Hong Ten's an OG. He's actually 40, by the way.
Even better.
Hopefully he does well. Just wishing him the best of luck.
Veteran.
Also, Simone Biles qualified last night, but we all kind of knew she was gonna go. Kind of cool.
You
Shout out to
gotta
Simone.
take her. Come on.
Hey, I'm kind of excited. We got the Euros for soccer right now. We got the Olympics coming up in the end of July. Got a lot of fun sports going on right now. Mexico, Anita did not get through the group
Let's
stage.
not talk about Copa America.
Copa America. The fields are shit. US and Mexico are playing like shit. It's a mess. It's a mess.
I mean,
and the sad thing is, they're testing all these fields
Euros
because
is
they're going to hold the World Cup in 2026, right? In the US, the fields are garbage, dude. They're garbage.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's bad.
Oh man.
Even Messi came out, was like, these fields are trash, I think is what he said.
Messi, give us some money, Messi.
So,
Rebuild.
hey, BSS fighting, that fits for a cheering song for the competitors.
Oh yeah, I'm glad. That's a nice
You know?
song.
Fighting. Yeah, gee.
The Olympics are a great time. I think I've always loved watching the Olympics. You know, I love the storylines. Certain people become celebrities and superstars overnight for doing crazy stuff. You're just watching the peak of humanity doing athletics, you know?
Yeah.
Fun. All right, let's keep going. Okay, One Us is expected to re-challenge Road to Kingdom. So, if you know, they're doing Road to Kingdom and Kingdom again, right? One Us is appearing again on Road to Kingdom.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I mean,
It's expected to premiere in the second half of 2024, Road to Kingdom, and then they think regular Kingdom will happen some point in regular 2025. Not early or late. They just don't know.
alright.
Hey, I mean, if they
That's
had fun doing it the first time, why not do it another time? You know, like
It's not fun though. It's not fun.
It's stressful.
Guys,
It seems
also,
so stressful.
we're talking about Island later, but while I'm watching Island, the whole time I'm thinking, can we just have like a traditional 100-person competition show? It's so much more fun. Like, can we just say, I know we rigged it, but we're bringing back Produce? Like, can we just bring back Produce, guys?
I mean,
Please.
that's girls, boys, planet.
I don't like the
essentially,
planet
but-
system. I like Produce. Just saying.
do you want it to be rigged again, or is that not something you want to see? Again?
Sure. I don't give a F. Just rig it. Do what Mnet's just gonna do what they think is for the best. I just want to be entertained, honestly.
You know what they should do is
so sad.
produce 202 with all 101 girl trainees, and then all 101 boy trainees, and then you end up with 11 girls and 11 dudes, and then only one of the two groups debut.
Oh shit!
That's trying to cause some fighting.
That would
like,
be
intense.
crazy. That would be crazy. Well, I remember the unit back in the day had girl group and guy group competition happening simultaneously.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
yeah.
song,
happened.
sorry, that show had shitty producers.
Yeah, like
It did
Rain.
not do great.
Okay,
Yeah.
I meant the stats, not the actual
okay.
celebrities on it.
Let's keep going though. Okay, so IST Entertainment and Blue Dot Entertainment announced that ATBO and Just B will form project group The Crew 1. So we're taking these two smaller boy groups and we're gonna smash them together and make a unit project group.
Oh,
Okay, wow.
interesting.
That's kind of unprecedented. I've never seen such a thing
Yeah.
happen.
Now it is 12
It goes
dudes.
well.
Yes, 12 dudes out. They're gonna smash them together and make its own group. So that one happened there. Hey, we've been talking about Black Label a little bit. Zion T has left. He's gone.
I mean, we thought we knew this was gonna happen. This isn't
Yep,
surprising.
he's gone from there.
He has his own company.
Additionally, so Jang Gyuri, you know how she became an actress? Well, she left Just Entertainment after 2 years following contract expiration. My feeling is,
Okay.
unless the company's doing something egregious, if you leave after such a short amount of time, something must not be going well behind the scenes, right? Like there must be a disagreement.
I mean, maybe she wasn't happy
Possibly.
with the way Just Entertainment was doing things.
Yeah, I'm looking at her filmography. She's been in stuff this year. But we'll see. Let's keep going. So, former BB Girls, Brave Girls member Yoo Jung has signed an exclusive contract with R&D Company. If you remember, she left Brave Girls somewhat recently. But now she is signed with a different company. So there is that. Okay. Let's keep going. So there's a boy group called Tan. They were not too popular, but they were there. One of their, I think their leader, Chan Sung, announced that each member will go their separate ways. He will step down as the leader and leave the idol industry for now, while keeping the possibility of returning with Tan in the future open. It's kind of sad that, like, the leader of the group kind of has to announce the group's disbanding, you know?
Yeah. Where's the management? Or maybe they decided they wanted to do it. I don't know.
It's just kind of rough.
They had a series of issues with their previous. There was a couple scandals with Senggak Entertainment. I don't know.
And also the during COVID, post-COVID era, it hit Nugu. Well, I'm not even gonna call them Nugu. It's a little derogatory. It hit smaller K-pop groups particularly hard in terms of everything. So it's tough out there right now.
Tan debuted in 2021, or in 2022.
It's tough. It's tough. I don't know. I feel bad for a lot of these smaller groups because a lot of them seem to be struggling right now. Let's keep going.
There was a bunch of issues with their company. Like, this isn't. We can't really ignore that part. They really, and on the beginning of the month, they essentially didn't have a company because the company dissipated itself.
Rip.
You can look into that. It was a whole series of issues with their whole management fucking running away with money. So, you get the idea.
Finally, Everglow, U.S. Latin America tour called Pulse and Heart. They are going to hit up Santiago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Tacoma, Denver, Chicago, New York, St. Petersburg, Dallas, Phoenix, and Sao Paulo. So they are going to all of these fun places. If you are a fan of Everglow, hey, go to the concert, support them. All right, that's it for the news, guys. That was it. Like, pretty much nothing else happened this week. In terms of the music next week, though, All Hours, Icon Juni solo debut, Chaeyeon, VV Up, Jane Lee solo debut, G-Idol and Taeyeon, though, are the big names here. So that is happening there. After the break, it won't take too long. I'm going to go over Island 2. Going to give a finale preview, which is happening on July 4th. But we'll see you then. 3, 2, 1.
And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Ellie, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, NJ Parks, South Texas Once, Siu Sumi. And thank you for joining SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. Thank you, really. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K-Music Erday, Koala, Max, No Bias Nuda, Tuggles, and Wolf297.
All right, we are now in the After Hours section of SojuTalk episode 288. Okay, guys, if you are watching Island 2, like I have been, like other people have, Anita's been catching up lately. Well, this Thursday, July 4th, is the finale.
Oh.
It is happening. For some reason, I'm going to talk about it later. The semifinal last week, or this past week's episode, was also a live broadcast. It made no sense as to why it was, but it was. It was the strangest thing I've seen in a while.
Guess why not?
But that happened. Well, let's go back to episode 9, which was the previous week, so 2 weeks ago. Episode 9 was the main position test. It was essentially like a filler episode, which, you know, you're just showing off your skills. There was no big consequence about this episode, right? They broke up the kids into 4 groups, And the producers again assigned the kids to the songs like last time. The kids did not get to choose what song they wanted. Per usual. Let's start with the first one. The unit, this was the weird unit. It was called All Rounder. There's a rap, dance, vocal, and then they're like, I guess everyone else, you're just an all-rounder. We're going to put you in this song. They did 4 Walls by FX.
Ooh.
The center and leader was Fuko. Part 2 was Gyuri. Part 3 was Sarang. But there's only 3 people, so the lines were distributed okay. I don't think there was a big issue there.
Yeah.
I would say there was no real like drama or storyline of this group. But in terms of the performance, they did the performance. And, you know, they really are pushing Gyuri hard out of nowhere. They're pushing her to the moon. All of a sudden, fam.
Okay.
It just happened.
Interesting.
They're pushing Gyuri to the moon. Fuko got literally 0 screen time. And then Sarang, her voice cracked again. But the narrative was like, I thought it was oddly positive for someone whose voice cracked. The judges were like, this is a learning experience for you. You're going to get it. You're great. And I was like, if Fuko's voice cracked, y'all would have been shitting on her. You know, it was just oddly positive for me. But that was that group. In terms of the the fans in the audience, Fuko got first in this group, Sarang got second, Gyuri got third. But in terms of producers, it was the exact opposite. Gyuri was first in the eyes of the producers, and then Sarang was second and Fuko was third. So it was kind of a complete opposite of what's going on.
Bit of a flip.
Kind of crazy.
The second one was rap performance. They did Spicy by CL. Do you have that sauce? That hot spicy sauce made in Korea? Do you know that song, Warren?
Yeah, of course they do.
Yeah, it was that one. It was Coco and Yuju. The whole storyline of this is, wow, isn't Coco like the best dancer ever? It's like the whole vibe of this one.
But that's not her. That's not the position she was going for, right? It was rap.
Yeah, she's not a rapper, but they put her in rap. But they keep, like, last week, Coco and Yuju also, like, sort of versed each other in terms of the rap section. And both times Coco just demolished. Like, yeah. So Coco, she got the highest fan vote out of anyone on the show.
She's also being pushed a lot, yeah.
And then she got the second highest producer score. She is being pushed to the moon. And honestly, I think this is fair though, because she's just really good. Like, I also found out that Coco is an X-Gal AX trainee. She was supposed to, she was one of the trainees who was almost in XG.
Oh,
apparently.
Interesting.
Her and Yui were both in that company, by the way. So, because I only found this out because I found old tweets that when they tweeted that Coco was joining the show, what's his name? Simon was retweeting those 2 posts specifically. So people, and they kind of, people looked at really old footage of like the XG archival footage, and they found a really young Yui in some of the footage. They're like, I'm pretty sure this is her. So there is that.
okay.
Yeah, Coco just kind of dominated. Yuju was good, but like Coco's just undeniable. Next one we had main dance. They did Lisa's Money. So
Okay.
the storyline here was, based on your ranking, you got to choose your part, right? Bang Jimin was placed 1, of course, and she chose the center, even though she doesn't really fit this song too well. And then Sebi was the second highest score. She picked part 2, the second biggest part, and she doesn't fit this song all too well either. Where people like Sujong and Juwon are better dancers on paper, they got like the worst parts. That was kind of the storyline here. But at the end of the day, Jimin was like so good, it wasn't even funny. Like, she was kind of struggling in the practice, but once we got to the stage, she just was so good, it was ridiculous. Which has kind of been her theme throughout, where she's kind of shit in the practice, but on the stage, she's a monster. So. Sebi, on the other hand, she might have been popular in the fan vote, but she didn't do too well in the performance. She was okay, but it was not like Bang Jimin level. The rest of the kids of this group got like 0 screen time. Like, it was literally just about Jimin and Sebi. I don't know
what they're pushing for.
Yeah, it's like, this show is really egregious with the editing. Finally, we had kind of like the climax of the whole season. we had the Beyonce If I Were a Boy main vocal stage between Jiyoon and Jungwon, who have been conflicting, who've been in this fake Mnet fight for the entire season. And it finally all came to a head in this episode. They had the reconciliation. They made up. They expressed what they were angry about with each other. They said, let's never fight again. It was a beautiful scene.
Aww.
Everyone was happy. June absolutely demolished, though. She sang so well. I thought Jungwon did really well, but the producers nor the fans there thought she did well. So I don't know what's going on here.
I saw the performance. I thought they were both on par, to be honest.
Yeah, I would have said June was a little bit better, but I thought Jungwon was really good this week, but they gave her a shit score. Both the fans there and the producers gave her a shit score, which is when I started to worry about Jungwon. I was like, what are we doing here, guys? Are we effed here for this? So that happened. As a result, we had that iMate score again, which is the in-person fan vote. The top 3 kids were Coco, Jimin, Fuko, and then we had Sebi, Sarang, Jiyoon, which is, people were thinking, well, that's the top 6 kids, right?
Right.
Producer score, they thought Bang Jimin, Coco, Jiyoon, and then Gyuri was at 4th, which was very surprising. But as a result, when we combined those 2 scores, Coco beat Bang Jimin for the first time on the show. And honestly, I think it was deserved. It was 196 to 195. Then we had a drop off, 181. It was Yoon Ji-yoon, who's been very consistently the best vocalist on the show. Then we had Fuko, Gyuri, Sarang, Sebi. And then if you look at the bottom, Jungwon is in 10th place. So everyone started to freak out. What's going on here?
Yo.
That doesn't make sense to me.
People were wondering, did she peak in episode 1 and 2? And she just done? But it's happening. So let's move on. Episode 10. All we really did this week is we had a self-made test, which they just made the kids go into 2 groups. They performed. The main storyline of they did G-Idol Latata, Girls' Generation, Into the New World. When they were picking the songs, they had a list of like 8 songs you could pick between. They had Attention, they had Into the New World, Latata, of course. They had a bunch of like famous K-pop songs you could choose from. It turns out that both Coco and Jimin, who were the captains, wanted to pick Latata. And because Coco was number 1, she took Latata. Because Coco was number 1, she took all the members that Bang Jimin wanted. So that was kind of the narrative. But honestly, I thought both performances were fine. I don't think either of them was anything too crazy. The storyline in Bang Jimin's group was more or less that like everyone had so much desire to take main parts that they were all being kind of greedy, was the kind of the storyline there. And then at the end, they told Bang Jimin, you gotta take a bigger role. You're the center. You gotta take the big part, right? So she eventually did it. She did great. It was fine. Everyone was happy.
And the song that they did, right, was Into the New World.
Into the New World. And it turned out fine. Yeah. I thought it was good. On the other side, we had Latata. The whole storyline here was that Coco, because she doesn't speak Korean too well, is really passive. And people were like, she's not talking a lot. What are we going to do? I'm dop-dop. She's not like... I'm dop-dop. She's not telling us what to do. Eventually, though, she told them what to do. It was fine. There was no big drama, honestly, on either side.
Dude, dop-dop is never drama. It's just I'm dop-dop.
Yeah, so that happened. The big part about episode 10 was that we had to rank people, right? We had the second save vote happen this week. What we did, top 3 kids in fan vote got instantly saved. They were going to go to the finale. And then we had 7 producer picks back to back. So pretty much, Mnet just got to pick who they wanted in the finale.
Okay. We're getting rid of 2 kids that Mnet doesn't like, is what I'm hearing.
That's what happened.
Okay.
Now, so the weird thing about the show, we got to remember, some people always type in our comments that we don't mention this, but this group is going to be a Wake 1 group. So they're going to be an Mnet group. And Teddy is going to produce the title songs.
Is he?
That's what they keep saying.
Does he exist?
I don't know. We haven't seen him, but that's what they keep saying. Also, like, this second save vote was a live broadcast. Which, why would we do that for a semifinal? I don't understand.
That's kind of crazy.
And they dragged this shit out for 2.5 hours, too. Like the finale.
That's That sounds like something Mnet likes to do.
But let's go through it now.
Yeah.
So the second say vote happened, right?
Okay.
The 3 kids who had the highest fan vote. Number 1, Bang Jimin, expected. The big shocker is number 2. Junghoon is second place.
Yo!
He made a comeback.
She made a massive comeback. And people think once we get to 1 pick, which we're doing right now, because this was a 3 pick, people think her 1 pick is even stronger. So people are now, the narrative is, if people just keep voting for Junghoon, she's safe. Period. That's people what people think. 3rd place, Jiyoon. So that's what happened there. And then not in this order, but the producer picks ended up being a combination of Coco, Sebi, Fuko, Sarang, Mai, and then Gyuri, and then Namyuju was the last one called. And the 2 kids who went home were Sujung, who's been kind of evil edited for the last 2 episodes. The funny thing is when she got out and they let her say something on the mic, she only thanked the other kids on the show and the viewers. She did not thank the producers or Mnet. Some people saw that.
All right. Oh.
And then Juwon, who was, she was just kind of there. Like, she got no screen time, period.
Yeah.
So we are down to 10 kids: Bang Jimin, Junghoon, Jiyoon, Coco, Sebi, Fuko, Sarang, Mai, Yuju, and Gyuri. That is the final 10 that is entering the show.
Shit. Okay.
And that is going to be the finale on Thursday. But Mnet released an image, the interim image right here. The only 2 things on this image is Bang Jimin is 2 and Coco is 8.
Yo!
So Coco's gonna make it now.
So clearly what's going on here is, hey, viewers, Junghoon is in first. We need you to vote for Jimin so she could be the center of this group. And then, hey guys, Coco is in 8. We need her to make this group. Vote for her, please.
That's
So
crazy.
that's clearly what they're saying with this interim image here. Additionally, they released another image today. They're saying only 6 can debut. So people are saying this is one of 2 things. It's actually 6 people, or they're going to bamboozle us and they're going to add a 7th. But I honestly think there's going to be 6. I really think it's just going to be 6.
There's not enough spots.
So let's go through this
not
now
enough.
and my scenarios.
Okay. Your prediction.
Oh my god.
There's 2 big questions you need to ask yourself about the rankings, right? The 2 questions are, how many Japanese kids is Mnet willing to put in this group, right?
I think it's 1 or 2.
And the second question is,
more likely 1.
how many kids do you think will make the group via fan vote? That's the other question. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not going to be 6, obviously, right? But that's the other question.
It's been explained that the final lineup is a combination of fan vote and the producers?
That's what people think. People think it's a combination of that.
It's crazy how they haven't publicized.
They have not publicized how many. We have no clue.
This is terrible.
We don't know if it's all 1 picks. We don't know if there's 1 picks and producer picks.
transparency.
We have 0 clue because so far on the show, they've done fan vote and producer picks. So we don't know which one it's going to be
It's a mix,
to an
yeah.
extent. So I'm going to assume it's 3-3, right? Let me assume it's 3-3 for this model, right?
Okay.
Based on my modeling, Bang Jimin makes it, right?
Yeah.
Junghoon makes it instantly.
June.
And Jiyoon makes it.
That's what has been proven. in
That's
the
kind of
past
what people
vote.
think is going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And these 3 are kids. Well, here's the thing. Bang Jimin and Jiyoon, even if they don't win on fan vote, the producers will pick them. So they're 100% locked in for me. Those 2 are making the group regardless of what happens, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Junghoon is a member that if there's fan vote, more than 1 person, if it's not just Bang Jimin who gets fan voted in, right? Let's say if there's more than 1 fan vote, Junghoon's probably making the group.
And like historically speaking, for Mnet shows, whenever a girl had like a major narrative in the first episode, and then they have a dip later, they make it. It's like,
yeah. So I would say, if I'm going to say Jimin and Jiyoon are 100% making it, I'll put Junghoon at like a 75-80. I think she's very likely to make it. After this, there's only 1 more obvious pick. It's Coco. Coco's
Coco.
making this group.
Coco.
She's making this group.
That's how it was planted now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coco did it in sixth place.
Either via fan vote or the producer pick, she's making it. I would say she's even more likely than Junghoon to make it at this point. So those are the 4 who I think have the highest percentage. And then let's go through the other contestants. Okay, there's a couple members who are just not making it. I'm sorry, I don't think they're gonna make it.
What? Mai's not making it?
Namyuju is just not making it. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen.
The screen time is not there. They don't.
Additionally,
push for her.
Mai was getting pushed earlier in the season. This back half, part 2, she's had like, other than getting dissed by Sujong, she's had like no screen time. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I just don't see it happening. So that means my remaining spots are either Sebi, Sarang, Fuko, and Gyuri. So Mnet has been pushing Gyuri in the last 2 episodes, but her fan vote is 10th place out of the 10 contestants remaining. I just don't see
know.
them putting Gyuri into this group. I just don't see it happening. Because also, her vibe doesn't fit everyone else who's going to be in this group, in my opinion.
Very young.
She's very young and has a cutesy image. I just don't see it, honestly. Even though to be fair, she's been very good in the last couple of episodes. She's outsang Fuko in some parts too. But I just don't think the body of work is enough. So I'm down to 3 kids for 2 spots.
Sebi, I think.
Out of these 3,
Strong
Sebi
enough.
has to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has to.
It's the last spot that I don't know.
We're down to the big decision, guys. Warren, based on Mnet, do you think they'll have 2 Japanese kids in a 6-member group?
I mean, we had IZ*ONE with 3 Japanese kids.
In a 9-member group. What was a 12-member group?
12-member group.
Wow.
I here's the thing. On a general term, like making a group with just 1 Japanese kid, the rest being Korean, that feels a little funky. You know, like if I was them, that I threw a Fuko in.
Here's what I'll say. Fan vote favors Fuko. She's been top 4 or 5 the whole way, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna say producer pick favors Sarang.
I was gonna
because
say they
love
more
Sarang.
lenient.
Oh, then we're gonna get Sarang.
They're so lenient. with her.
I'm sorry, fans. That's
So
clear.
if I had to bet money on it, because we're gonna do fan vote first, and then we'll probably do producers. If that's the case, then oh my God, Fuko doesn't make it. Then it's this.
That's so sad.
That's so sad.
What? Can they just pull a producer
Noah?
pick? Is actually 7th place.
I know. That's what I'm saying, Anita. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, without like any transparency into like how many members are picked by the producer and how many people are voted in, like stuff like that, like without any of that being out, it's a little.
The problem is Sarang's made mistakes throughout the show. Fuko has barely done anything wrong. She's been the model of consistency.
People can make
But-
mistakes.
But has Fuko been amazing at any point? Not really. Has Sarang been amazing in certain performances? Yeah, so it's tough. So if it's Mnet though, if it's SnakeNet like I know it, oh, it pains me so much. I want Fuko to make it, but I would guess Sarang makes it, and I would be. I'm happy to be wrong. I would love to be wrong.
What if on a surprising turn of events, it's completely fan voted and the producers don't get a say?
If it's completely fan voted, Fuko makes it. If it comes down to a producer pick for these 2, Sarang makes it.
What would be most ideal for me is have the top 6 be voted, and then the producers
We
go,
save 1 kid at the end.
Yeah,
right?
the producer goes, "Hey, we have our final thing. We're gonna save mine."
And then they pick Gyuri. And then they pick Gyuri at the end, and everyone loses their minds. That's what's gonna happen, guys. So to summarize, I think these 4 are like fairly certainly gonna make it, and then the next one is Sebi, and then it comes down to Sarang and Fuko. And I think if it ends up being a PD pick at the end, Sarang makes it. But if there's somehow where the 6th pick or something gets to be a fan vote, then Fuko makes it. But if I had a guess, if we're this late into the show, Sarang probably makes it. I'm so pissed then. Ugh. We need 7 spots. We need 7, Anita.
7 spots.
We need 7.
They need to pull up. But wait, what is this? There's a 7th place, a special.
Because if
finale rule.
Fuko doesn't make this group, she's gonna disappear forever, Anita. That's like.
This is her 2nd time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. She could go back to Japan and debut in
She's 19. She's a Harmony based on those ages. You know,
No, not at all.
She could debut as a part of XG, too.
Not the.
You know what?
vibe.
F what I think Mnet's gonna do. Fuko's making this script, guys.
Manifest.
Let's manifest it.
Fuko.
This is my ideal lineup, guys. I'm gonna go with it, even though my mind is telling me that Sarang's gonna be Fuko. That Fuko's not gonna make this group. I want this group, so we're gonna manifest it.
Hey,
Boom.
if democracy means anything, I am supporting Fuko.
Anita, you want this group? Is this the group you would like?
I mean, I like it because of the consistency that Fuku has had, but ideally, Sarang would be great too. I
don't hate Sarang at all. I'm just a
me.
Fuko fan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, do you guys actively hate anybody on the roster here? Like, come on, like.
No, this roster's great.
Oh, no,
This is a great roster. But the problem is Teddy's producing the music. That's the problem.
That's the catch.
So we're not gonna get a Magnetic. We're gonna get a Teddy song instead.
Bong, 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 bong. Magnetic.
And I honestly, Mnet wants Bang Jimin to end up the center so badly. It's obvious. They want her to be number
course.
one so badly.
They do. Yeah.
So next episode on July 4th, we're getting a produced by Teddy test with Drip and Fake It.
Actually?
Yeah. Did you guys not know?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Next episode, Teddy's producing the 2 final songs, Drip and Fake It.
Wow.
Okay, we'll get a taste.
All right, let's manifest this, guys. Jimin. So here's my final prediction for the show: Jimin 1, Jungin 2, Jiyoon 3, Coco 4, Sebi 5, Fuko pulling off a miracle, ending in number 6. Let's get it. I'm so stressed. Okay. Hey, that's been my Island 2 pre-finale coverage. I'd like to thank Warren for joining this week. We'll see you guys next time when we cover
Thank you for all your coverage, dog.
G-Idol and Taeyeon, which is very exciting.
Sure, for sure. Yes.
We'll probably talk
see you
about
guys then.
the results of all this next week. So if you're interested,
yeah.
tune in.
Yep. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Guys.
Bye.